All right, JL200, how are you doing? We actually got some people adding, and if you've been adding, don't sweat it. Nobody will help you more and is more accommodating than my co-instructor and wife, Julia Walsh. All right, so yeah, she's the one that you should be contacting. She's the one you should be emailing. You'll figure that out by going into the syllabus. What is today? Today is Thursday, September 12th, 2024. So this particular video is going to be all about um, setting you up so that you can do really quickly, really easily the first writing assignment. So it's actually fun because you actually get to go gather data, look at the imagery you've created, and interpret it, all right, based on what you've been learning in class. So that's the goal here. So, hey, this is just your generic Brightspace page. I got 2 classes this semester, right? So I'm going to go into this one right here, which is your class, okay? And there we go. Awesome, we're in, okay? I'm viewing this learner, all right? So if you are new to the class, the best thing you do is see all the announcements, okay? That's what you got to do is just kind of look at the announcements and see what's going on, all right? Show all announcements. That's what I mean, because we have a lot of announcements. That's how we communicate, okay? All the way down here. If you get to the very beginning, check that out. How to get an A, okay? And we actually have for the newbies here, we have how-to folders. I'm going to go back to the home page right there, boom, by clicking on that guy. And you'll see in the table of contents that you can access either over here on the right-hand side, okay? So here's a welcome and an introduction to class, okay? We have, like I said, we have how-to folders that are going to help you in terms of if you have any questions, okay? There's your syllabus, there's Brightspace, on and on and on and on, okay? So scroll all the way down here at the very bottom right here. And we have text. There's our how-to folders, how to do everything, all right? So that explains the nuances, okay? So please check that out. All right, awesome. All right, why am I here? All right, you guys have a paper coming up. If you're new to the class, email Julia, all right? She's gonna get you set up for catching up on all the discussions and all the quizzes that have happened in the 3 weeks since classes started, and help you out in terms of this particular paper, okay? So what are we looking at, okay? We see things are due, okay? Here's our reading quizzes are due. Oh, there it is, September 25th. That's what's due, all right? So you can click right here, okay, and get into it, or you can go into the table of contents that, again, was over here on the right-hand side. It's redundant. Here it is right here, okay? Let's get in there. All right. We call them critical thinking assignments, just for grins, okay? And so it's about 2 pages of text. If you go over, do not worry. We don't care if you go over, but don't go under two pages, okay? And then in addition, you will copy and paste the figures that you generate in your data analysis, okay? We're going to take you to an amazing website that will be super useful to you no matter what you get into in terms of your career projection, all right? All right, so this is CT1. We have the information here that everybody should understand the syllabus, why this is important with our learning objectives. Talks about what you're doing right here, double space. That's separate from the figures. The figures are in addition to the 2-page paper. This is a website you can get data on anything. Let's say you're going to be going into public policy, all kinds of stuff on there. Let's see, you're going to be going into public health, all kinds of stuff. Let's say you're going into financing. So it's a great site, if you have a paper coming up in any class, you just search in there, you'll find amazing information, okay? And so our world in data is basically people from all around the world are putting data in there. So it's incredible. Check it out, okay? So what are you gonna do, okay? You're gonna collect data from the USA and 2 different countries. It says right here, 1 country must be developing, right? Meaning they're like a country like Uganda, okay, like a country like Colombia, something like that, okay? We're gonna check this out, okay? Maybe it might be Sri Lanka, okay? So we'll show you how to decide what country is developing, okay? All right, the first part of your paper, you're gonna look at life expectancy, projections, okay, in these countries. So you can look at it historically and see what's going on. And then you're going to look at the data from the individual country and you'll see dips in life expectancy. For example, we're going to look at the United States, and we're going to see a dip that started around 2020, 21, 21. Why did life expectancy go down? What did we just go through? COVID, okay? You'll see historically a dip in life expectancy from world tragedies, okay? Like, revolutions, wars, famines, okay? So you'll be able to look at the data and then describe it because you're now an analytical social science, right? Part two is really kind of the economics part that we've been talking about in class, where you're going to look at the relative number of young, it says percentage, but it's actually raw numbers, so I'll change that. The relative number of young working age in elderly members of the community, and the elderly is defined as 65 years and older. And we're going to see historically what's happened, okay? Choose the same countries you did in terms of life expectancy, and then you're going to see projections and what that is going to mean in terms of the social science of that country, but also the kind of social and the politics and the economics is what you'll kind of write about, all right? Okay, so that's the drill, all right? 2 countries, 1 must be developing, all right? All right, how do I find a developing country? We provided a little list down here, all right? So here's the link, okay, right here that provides this information, okay? So so these are the countries that are called, these are the ones that are categorized by as developing. Remember, we have the developed countries that we talked about in the first 2 weeks, okay? And it was that 37 countries that were considered developed that come to an agreement about this, okay? So, okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the website now and check it out. So this is the video that I'm making. That's gonna replace this video, okay? Got it, all right? Now, if you're the kind of person that likes to have kind of a slide deck that guides you, so we have a slide deck right here. So you click on this right here, all right? And up pops the slide deck, and it kind of has verbiage. Here's the link that you're going to. This is what you're going to be doing. You're going to, this is the kind of default setting. It talks about life expectancy right here, okay? And then you go and you click on edit countries, and you're going to change it, okay? So I kind of show that right over here. So edit countries, okay? And then from that default, then you're going to get this page right here, and you just get rid of these guys, click on the check marks, and then go scroll down with the scroll bar right here, and find the countries that you want to look at. Remember, United States and 2 other countries. So it can be 2 developing countries, but at least 1 has to be developing. All right, awesome. And then this shows you right down here is things you can do to kind of play with it. You see these blips right here, changes. What happened right there? Okay, in this part of the world. So they're looking at kind of continents right here. Okay, here's the world. Okay, so you have to ask yourself what was going on during these times. Okay, so that would explain this change in life expectancy. All right, awesome. You're gonna, as I show you right here, you're gonna do a screen capture. This is for doing Windows. Okay, so you're using your Microsoft program. If you have an Apple, it's a different keystroke for doing screen capture. Okay, all right. Here's your Mac method right there. All right, awesome. Okay, so and then you just grab the data. Okay, this is part 2. Okay, and what it looks like. All right, so let's just get out of here. Okay, awesome. And I'm going to go into the actual acquisition of the data. All right, so I'm going to do it with you right now. All right, so I'm going to go into, there's 2 ways to get it. This takes you right to the graphs, but it makes it really, it stretches it out horizontally, and you don't get the true feeling of the transitions in the graph describing life expectancy changes. I like this one much better, so I'm going right in here. You'll see. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Right. So here's the graph that I'll screen capture right there. Okay. I could just go back here and go to another link that takes you to the graph. Okay. So that's right there. And what you see here is, I don't know, it's just a little more horizontal. So either way, okay, you choose what you want to do. All right, awesome. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to go back here. Okay. Plus, this gives you some perspective you can read if you want. All right, so I'm going to go down to my graph right here. Okay, so I need to edit. All right, so I'm going to go like so. All right, I don't need Africa. I don't need the Americas. I don't need Asia. I don't need Europe. I don't need Oceania. I don't need the world. I do need the United States. Okay, all right, so there's one. Who else? Let's, it's very topical. Let's take a look at how we stack up to Afghanistan. Hey, you see the United States? What happened here? It was kind of like COVID, all right? That was Spanish flu, all right? All right, let's check out this, Afghanistan, all right? Now, they didn't gather data, okay, up until this point in time, so that's why it looks like it does. And then, I don't know, when I choose my country of ancestral origin, I feel like I have an ant crawling on my neck. Okay, and that would be EFGH. What do you guys think? What is, there it is, my people. All right, awesome. Okay, I want to see the figure, so I'm going to get out, hit the X. There it is. All right, so look at that. Ireland did better than we did, okay, during COVID. What a surprise, okay? So this is just, again, looking at all these changes. The data is a little sparse here for Ireland, but you see the numbers as I'm scrolling. You're getting these really cool numbers. So you can see that, for example, here in 1963, in Ireland, the life expectancy was 70. United States, it was 69. And here in Afghanistan, life expectancy, if you were born in 1963, on average, you would live 34 years. So pretty brutal. We can see changes, what happened there. Look at Afghanistan, it's dropping out. That's all the conflicts, okay? The Afghan war, and you can see that it really drives things down. Other things too, but you can make, some inference into that. And then COVID kind of hit everybody worldwide, all right? So we see that right there. Boop, boop, boop. Awesome. Okay, so that's how you do it, all right? I can get my cursor off that. What I can do is get my face out of the way here, okay? I can scroll up, and then I'm going to do my keystroke, all right? So I'm just going to go, I don't know, just, there it is. And so I did my window keys Shift S because I'm using my PC, all right? I'm just going to grab this. You can grab some information like that if you want. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want like that. Boom. I'm in, all right? Okay, so now I've captured that, okay? And then I would just put it somewhere else, okay? So what I need to do here is, wow, look at that here. Check that out. That was the fire the other day. I wanted to do a new file, right? I'm putting it in PowerPoint because I just, you can put it in the Word. I just felt like doing that and then paste. Boom, there it is. We got it in there. Now, nobody loves all this. So I'm just going to, in my figure here, here's my layout. I'm going to get rid of all my boxes. I want it to be blank. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so that's how I did that. All right, so let's go back to, all right, the part 2. So I did Ireland, United States, and Afghanistan. All right, so now what am I going to do? And what's cool is you can look at a movie, all right, that kind of shows how things changed, okay, over time. See on the bottom right here, how it's moving, all right, kind of fun, okay, awesome. Cool. Or you can just grab the cursor, stretch things out, all right? So it's compressing it or focusing in on a time zone. That's just fun and games. All right, next. All right, let's go back over here. Okay, that was part 1. Okay, all righty. Now, as highlighted in red, we're going to look for a change in the size of the working age and elderly population. This is in raw numbers. They used to do a percentage basis, okay, and they changed the way they're representing the data now. All right. All right. So I'm just going to click right here, and up it comes. Okay. What are we looking at here? So I looked at this earlier. It says Afghanistan. All right. So I would then just look at this. Control Shift S. I'm going to grab it. All right. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it on my Word file or my PowerPoint file and then use it appropriately in my paper. All right. So you kind of look at this and you can see the changes that have happened in Afghanistan in terms of the relative populations, and then the projections. Okay. Let's go back to the graph. It's really cool to look at how this works. Okay. So you see how when you just run your cursor, you can see the transfer that's happening, and then you got to ask yourself, okay, what are we looking at here? Working age, okay, 15 to 64, younger, okay, that's under 15, and elderly. And you see that there are not that many elderly people as a percentage of the population or in raw numbers compared to the working age and younger population. And they're going to see some higher fertility rates. They're going to keep going, and you can see this growth in the working population right there. All right, that's change. Let's just compare that to, I don't know, how about the United States? You can only put one in at a time, okay? All right, and so what I'm going to do is get out here, and here's the U.S. Look at how different we are, okay? So we have, yes, many more working age population. We're bigger, but we see we're kind of flattening out right here. Remember, Afghanistan was going up and up and up and up. We're flattening out, okay? What do we see here? We also are flattening out in terms of our fertility rate. So you see younger, that is the red box on the bottom right there. We see that under 15, it's kind of flatlining. So we're not even hitting, we're not really at replacement rate, okay? So one thing that is increasing dramatically is the old people over the age of 65, right? So we talked about that, okay? The care responsibilities that you guys are going to have to deal with in the United States. We're going to talk about Social Security and Medicare, all right? So we have the same number of working people, but more people that are accessing Social Security and Medicare. Where's the money going to come from? Okay, we're going to have to put more money in. Okay, that's the projection right there. You can see how things just changed right there. I love watching the graphs change. Boop, boop, boop. Right there at 2023, where suddenly there were more older people than there were people under the age of 15. So big changes in terms of how you stack up the United States. Okay, all right, that's how you do that, and you make predictions. Okay, that's what you're going to do. You're going to work for a big giant investing company someday, and they're going to want to make predictions. Okay. How about, I don't know, let's take a look at these guys. Let's say a country that's like even ahead of us. Okay, I want to go look down here. How about the Netherlands? Wow, let's check out them. All right, and check that out. All right, so you see right here, see the decline in the working age predicted. Okay, why is that? See the decline in the people under the age of 15. Okay, so see the increase in older people. All right, so you can start seeing, so yeah, being a developed country isn't all that necessarily when we're looking at these kind of problems. And that's why you might need to have immigration to improve the workforce and have those people paying into the their social security system. Right, that's what you do. All right, so I'm going to did a control shift S. I mean, Shift S Windows key in my Microsoft Windows program, and then I can put that right here. Okay, so I can see how this would stack up in my paper. Right there it is. But I changed countries on you, but it's kind of fun. All right, that's it, man. So there's nothing more to say on this. Contact Julie if you're having any issues. Her email's in the syllabus. Her email is even in the course right here. And you know who does this? If you look all the way down here at the bottom, sorry, not the bottom there, but at the bottom of the home page. Scroll over here, click there. All right, and we scroll all the way down here and look at all the announcements. Okay, and we get all the way down. Oh, who's that? There's our phone numbers, man. If you have an emergency, text us, call us, okay? That's what we're here for. That's why they pay us the big bucks, guys. All right, peace, good luck with this, and take care.